Hello, we are here, people of the internet. Yes, we are finally here. We've got a scoreboard set up. Yes, hi Fleesh as well. But yes, if you feel like actually checking out the thing on the scoreboard, it is in the YouTube channel. Still running okay on my frames, which is nice. So, we've got our second match here of the Militia Tourney with Team 4, led by 4J, and North Ball led by Freeze. We've got an exciting match here for you today, as it is again our second match of this tourney, as the first one was yesterday between my team of 2 PC V4 console versus the Lagooners, and it was an exciting 3-2 matchup. But we are here and we've got some games to play here today, all 5 maps. We're going to see who can get some points on the board, and we're going to be here playing some games. So, but anyway, let me make sure all my shit's working. Dude, is my shit working? Hopefully. I only have one monitor, so I'm constantly in and out. So forgive if you see my stream is paused, because I have to tab in and out of one thing. Perfect. Good to know. Anyway, I'll try to use Discord more than anything when I'm in the studio, so then I don't have to tab out and you guys don't have to worry. But I will be changing the scoreboard on my YouTube, so I'm gonna have to tab out of that. But let's see. You saw nothing. We're okay. Anyway, oh, Jesus Christ, did I leave? Ah, crap. Okay, we're good. Apparently, I can't stay on the thing, so I'm gonna have to look at my shit. If you got any comments or anything to make, it's gonna have to be in my YouTube chat, because I can't tab out without having you guys not seeing the game. So, if anything, I'm going to be looking at stuff after the match is up. So, right now, we're just over here. Teams are getting ready. It is 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're just kind of waiting on the teams to decide what they want to do. God, I wish there was an easier way to do this. Okay. Am I live? I am not live. What the fuck? Share my screen again. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. Anyway. But yes. Forgive the thing. The scoreboard may cover up the clock, but luckily I can see it, so I will provide timely updates when I can. Now, whoever is possibly in-game, please stop watching the stream at this moment, because otherwise that is cheating, and that would be bad. And so it looks like it will be a Lijiang Tower pick to start out, like we did start out in map 1. And so North Pole will be getting the first ban, and looks like their first ban is going to be a Genji ban here. And so we're going to kind of see how they want to play this out. Genji to start out. What were the 2 bans to start out? The other match. I don't remember. But which way? Can't hear me? What the fuck? Am I just silent? Hang on. Can you hear me at all? More? Anything? Ace? Something? I don't know. Because I can hear myself on my YouTube. Because I don't know. Am I just silent? Because I don't know. Is my volume up? My volume should be up. I'm not deafened in any way. Is this better? Something, games. Something here, something there. I don't know. Ugh. On a ban here from Team 4. And it looks like they're ready to go. And so we're going to be getting into this. I'm, at this point, just going to make... Ugh. Meh. I might just have to make my... I'm just going to make my own... I'm just going to make a VC. Why is it... Hang on.
Initiating match.
Because I'm deciding...
Yeah, he's the bomb.com.
Hey, Ronan.
Yo.
Yo. I don't know why it wasn't working, so I just decided to make my own VC chat at this point, because at this point, I can't be bothered.
It happens sometimes, like, when it connected or reconnected to the stage, sometimes, like, I don't know, the audio fucks up. If you reconnect, it should be fine.
Okay, but I'm gonna need permission to get in, because I gave up my permission to speak, so...
Okay, I'll...
5, 4, 3.
Okay,
2,
so we're getting going.
1. Round 1.
Are we here?
Capture the objective.
We're here. We're here now. Can we hear stuff? I don't know. So as we begin, Lijiang Tower, first point. So it looks like Team 4 is going to be taking here on this White Room side, with North Pole here taking main lane. Arisa Brawl composition, and Arctic gets the kill on Chilaxta. And another quick pick on the car keys, and double kill ends up getting a first point cap here for North Pole, as it looks like it's going to have to be reset for Team 4.
You're not streaming, brother.
Give me 2 seconds. Guys, still my first time figuring this shit out. God damn it. Okay. we good now? We're all good? Things are good? Okay. Hopefully. Anyway. Jesus. Game. Is it literally... Oh my god, it started a new application. I love this game, man. This game's great. Anyway. So, 30% in counting here for North Pole. As it looks like they're just denying White Room space here against Team 4. Karki is trying to flood through space, gets a pick onto Storm Chaser, but with another kill onto Shinigami. But it doesn't look like it might be enough at this point, and so it looks like Arctic's gonna have to force the Terra Surge, ends up catching out Alpha, forcing Karki's back away. But it looks like we have a cheeky back cap here from N-Star, trying to bring in some space here. Gonna get on N-Star brings the Tracer duel. Full headshot. So Arctic is just holding his point as the Olympic does like to be as a tank. Karki's on the other hand is looking to chase down the rest of North Pole's team. It looks like they will end up getting it and Arctic will fall. Anyway, here on the bridge, we have 3 ults here on the side of Team 4 with beat here committed by Yoden with an OC, but Alpha responds with a beat of his own. And it looks like they will end up winning the trade, though Arctic does take one in return. Half health, but ends up with a pulse bomb committed by N-Star to try to finish off Arctic, but it ends up going wide. Needed. Window and Terra Surge coming up here for North Pole. Still though with a Noon, Annihilation, and Coalescence here on the side of Team 4. We're gonna be here on this next fight. 87 on the side of North Pole and 40% in counting for Team 4. Also, if you see the YouTube stream, I hope you like the scoreboard. I did it in like the last 30 minutes, so I hope it actually works. So, White Room committed here. North Pole's gonna get aggressive. Window committed. Arctic's gonna rush in. Hopefully gain anybody here in the Terra Surge, though Karki's gonna end up walking forward. Arctic takes out Laxstop, but ends up Victor trades out Storm. Annihilation pop, and it looks like Karki's just gonna end up running forward into the rest of the thing, leaving Arctic quite staggered. And that's gonna be another fight win here. 4-4. Ults committed, though unfortunately nothing gained here for North Pole, and looks like they're gonna have to take likely one more. This is likely gonna be last fight territory if they lose this one out. So, here they come. Gonna be committing through bridge side, walking. Karki's gonna link through, gonna look for nice space. So, ends up getting a pick on Alpha. Laxa here with the Noon, ends up getting blocked. Ends up having to roll away. Low Tracer. So, gonna end up committing, but ends up getting taken out by Laxta. Nico with a double kill, ends up keeping their team up and in it, but Alpha ends up getting the trade. He's gonna be running around here, 75 to beat. Just Arctic here, left on point, but ends up getting shut down by a pulse bomb on N-Star. Shinigami's last one in touch with Yodon following up here. Gonna end up, though, the single beat's gonna end up getting closed out, and it looks like that will be 100 to 87. First point here for Team 4.
Score 1-0.
How are we all good? We can hear me now? We're all good? Everything's good? Nothing's wrong? All good? Yes, yes, yes.
Watch for their
I just want to make sure, because I have to tab out to see something.
Pre-mission checklist complete. Now it's time for the good bit.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the
Yeah.
objective.
Anyway,
The battle is all but won.
looks like we get complaints about the servers, and Star is going to be the first one to tackle point here, as they end up going for the commit. Karki's going to hold space against Arctic here, but Arctic's going to end up running in. Like Bowler trying to chop, going to be running in, looking to take space, but Karki ends up taking out Storm Chaser. with Vortex. And Star and Karki just running rampant here on North Pole, and ends up forcing North Pole to have to back up after losing the Cass and the Lucio. Both teams running a Lucio style brawl competitions, though with the one difference being the choice of flex support and tank. And Star here on the side, on a flank angle, looking to possibly get a tank. Get a few picks, ends up catching out Storm Chaser, ends up having to back away. As it looks like we're going to be trying to commit it out. Teams are just going to end up playing it out as they're complaining about the ping issues, but, you know, what can you do? They can just change the server after this match is over at this point. Jake's going to commit forward, try to pick out Laxta, but Laxta ends up backing out. I'm going to say Laxta because I see Labda, and that's what my thought process is. Beat committed by Alpha, and they end up pushing forward with the Annihilation by Karki. Ends up getting the 4-piece, and it looks like that'll be a fight win here for Team 4. As they're looking to close out the map. Yeah. Thank you, Fleesh, for... Thank you, Fleesh, for putting that out there. Anyway, as the next fight begins. Game out. Committed by Storm. They have 4 ults here ready, but Alpha ends up getting a boop kill on the Storm. Where did he go? Though, 2 more picks here for North Pole. Looks like they might be able to get back in this fight as they rotate around Stair Side Coast. They're going to end up taking the point, 92%. This is going to be final fight territory. Laxta with the Noon, going to look to commit it. But a beat. Beat popped by Yoda to deny the beat. And a Where's the Noon? Oh, but it gets shut down. I wasn't able to swap in time. Surge here on the Moira, providing a good amount of raw healing here. But it looks like they will just end up getting finished off. Storm Chaser will be finished off by the window. And it looks like that will be map 1 here, taken by Team 4, as they will just restart, because I guess they had issues with EU servers. Yeah. Fix and go next. Anyway, Team 4 ends up getting the win, 2-0 on Lijiang Tower. I get to fix my scoreboard. Bam. I think most people here are NA in this one. I think Steve's the only Brit here, so. And that will be sorted out. Okay. I know it's keep switching the black screen when I tab out because I only have one monitor. I don't get the option. I either have to tab out to read Discord or I have to use my phone, which then takes me out of Discord on my PC, which kind of sucks. But no swaps by other team. I will probably read comments after matches if potential once the game's over. I recommend any comments or anything like that direct to the YouTube. I put in self-promo and the stuff. What is the next game mode? That is right, Escort. Which Escort are we gonna pick? As North Pole does get the map pick. Borderless windowed. Okay, give me 2 seconds. How do I do this? Do. Properties. What is it? Borderless windowed? How do I... Oh, there we go. Awesome. Okay. So any comments, queries, things, other than the steamroll? First round was quite close. It started out definitely in North Pole's favor, but then it looks like Team 4 was able to kind of claw that back. So what are we playing out here? So we've got Gibraltar to start. And it looks like Team 4 will be banning the Winston out here to start. And so now it's going to be deciding of who they want to ban out here. Great pick versus 4J. And it looks like a cast ban here coming through from North Pole. And they will be... Looks like... So what other dive tanks? They could play Hazard, they could play Ball, they could play Diva. Though I don't see Ball here on Jib. Gibraltar is kind of like more of a Winston Diva map. Even a Hazard, I would expect. Ah, okay. Now, I hope my hosting is not horrible, because, yeah, this is my first time figuring out the studio, and I've got a scoreboard up on my YouTube, and I'm juggling a bunch of things at once, and we're trying to do a bunch of things. So, we're just rolling with the punches here, and just going at her. Anybody watching in the YouTube chat, feel free to comment at all. I hope they're not asking if I'm ready, because I'm sitting here waiting. So, we'll see. Aren't you the Widow player, Ace? Aren't you the Widow player? I just want to point that out. Aren't you the Widow player? Aren't you the Widow? Like, I'm just thinking, aren't you the Widow player? That's that. Jesus Christ, I can't put my fingers on the right keys. Anyway.
Initiating match.
He says. He says. Anyway. And looks like we'll be assembling here as it starts out. And because I don't need to change the scoreboard around, which is nice, because North Pole will be, since they are the ones getting, as the away team, they are the ones going to be on red. So, looks like we're going to be on Diva dive compositions here with a Brig on a backline, but the big PS could potentially be different. We'll just kind of see what each team wants to run here. North Pole starting out on offense, and it looks like it's going to be, to start at least, Shinigami is going out on the Sim with Kiko going out on the Soldier. Interesting. And then N-Star and Laxta on the Genji Soj, which is a very common DPS line because it provides a good amount of burst damage as well as sustained pressure. And the capability of a one-shot to the face is always very dangerous. So, TP across the high ground here, as it looks like North Pole is going to want to up access to this bridge early, wanting to deny space. Shinny changes over to the Tracer to possibly catch out and Kiko, with the help of Shinigami, catches out Surge here. And they're going to be up here with just Brig healing here. They're going to be holding this starting bridge here. Let's go to POV here, as it looks like Arctic's just going to be helping hold space for the team, and Karki, on the other hand, is going to be holding here space, trying to deny the bridge access, gets antied, and is forced away. And it looks like Storm and Kiko going to be holding here on the off angle, just kind of waiting. Karki's going to be denying space here on top, but very low, 158 keeps to their name. Shinigami is going to be here, forcing Heart down in the center, because that's usually Tristan's job on this map. Going to be hunting here. N-Star, though, gets the pick onto Kiko. And it's going to be hunting here, hunting for Shinny. Though Shinigami is going to end up running away. Cart's just under the bridge, and it looks like they will be forcing the cart back up here again. Give me bouncing between players. It looks so weird in wing. On screen setting, it looks kind of weird, so I gotta get used to it. Laxa gets the pill onto Yodan, and so that's the opposing break on North Pole down. And Star's gonna be forcing Cart. And it looks like it'll just have to be a quick reset here for North Pole, as it looks like they are caught out and just. But N-Star, a little too brave for his britches, and ends up getting caught after trying to chase Kiko, and Cart Keys ends up getting VMech and takes the Walk of Shame off the map to go get their VMech back. Arctic drops on top of Surge, ends up getting the pick here. Axpa is in danger, but ends up getting finished off. It's going to be a quick recontest here, as we see the Toronto Defiant symbol just spray painted on the wall, as 3 members of North Pole force the cart with Shinny and Arctic here on the high ground, trying to deny space. Almost at first point with Karki's a forced touch. Ends up getting VMech, but Diva Bomb gets popped, so forcing them to have to back away. Arctic just decides to decides for the remech, but ends up, I think, regretting that decision. Pulse Bomb missed by Shinny. And it looks like that'll be a fight win here for Team 4, as it will be a cleanup with 3 ults to their name, with 3 ults on the other side of North Pole. With less than a meter left to go, Shinny's just kind of chilling out in the back line, looking to possibly get a pick, but they decide against it. They're just going to be deciding to run away. I don't know why I'm getting an invite, but that is for something completely else. Anyway, Shinny's gonna be hiding out, trying to see if they can get a cheeky pick, but Alpha's gonna be checking them. Recall forced.
30 seconds.
The rest on the high ground, but Arctic ends up getting a boosted kill onto it. What a trade. Nano visor pop. And it looks like they're gonna... Marky is gonna end up catching out Storm's Chaser, and is gonna just clear deny card space. Yodan loses the Brig Duel to Alpha. And Laxta pops the overclock. A little unnecessarily, but it looks like that will be... the end of the offense here for North Pole, as they are denied right near the end of first point, and so all Team 4 have to do is take that first point.
0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Yeah.
Ready for battle.
And so we're coming out here, and an interesting DPS line here from North Pole. They're keeping the soldier, and it looks like Shinigami is gonna go over to the Junkrat. Oh, we love to see the spam damage rat here, possibly here to deny the Genji or the Diva. Laxta here, ready for the Sim TP, likely on the same strat as North Pole wanted to do earlier. 10 seconds to go till we start going. Soldier Junkrat innovating the Gibraltar meta. What's he cooking? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, as we begin the round, looks like Sim TP over to the high ground space, same as what North Pole did, as they're gonna make the cross. It looks like Arctic and the rest of North Pole are gonna be just bunkered up here on this high ground. Kiko on the off angle part of the high ground. Try to see if they can possibly get a cheeky pick onto whoever's on card. Laxta here decides to be the one to sit on card and force it down. Though I'd probably be able to be the Genji, as the Genji's a little more mobile, and looks like that's what they're going to do. And Star is going to be the one forcing the cart under the bridge. Someone is going to have to test it, but it doesn't look like they'll decide to. Kiko, though, decides to drop. Decides to drop off the high ground, and forces N-Star to have to back away with the help of Shinny. Junkrat spam here. Trap ready by the door. Car keys very low, just trying to deny space, but it looks like they might get demech, but they escape. Alpha, though, gets the pick, and it's just by themselves in the tiny room, and they end up living through it. Picks, though, do favor here on the side of Team 4, as they are able to end up winning out the trade battle, and they might just be able to push this cart into the end. As Kiko is just a late pick. And that might be the map win here. After that one team fight, it might be the map win. Will anybody be able to cart? Yoda ends up trying to walk, but ends up hitting the whip shot instead of the bash. Might have been a misclick, but that'll be another win here for Team 4. As they'll take a 2-0 lead in this series.
Play of the game.
As I gotta go change my scoreboard.
Reloading. I can't heal you right now. We're leaving to win.
As for next mode here, it's going to be Flashpoint. Comments, queries, concerns, I guess, I don't know. Something of something, something. And the only reason I guess now it pauses my stream is when I go to change my scoreboard. as we have players here. As we know, Ronan, Ace, and Fleesh in my audience at the moment are all players of different teams, and Fleesh is my captain. So this is probably valuable. Yes, as Fleesh and I are the back line of 2PC V4 console. But it looks like, but hey, who knows? Everybody in here is getting probably some valuable info on what these teams like to play. And probably you're going to use that here to prepare. Here for this tourney. For the next two teams. For the next teams we get to face. Yes. Yes. As 4J, known as Car Keys, and Alpha are both part of Team Talon. And so it looks like they will be next map pick is going to be Suravasa. And they're already jumping the gun with who they want to ban in terms of wanting to ban Kiri, but I don't think they don't believe they get first ban. Now, Nightmare's also just chatting here. Not in the audience, but just kind of chilling. Watching Atlas and Snacks unranked to GM run over there. So, whatever they decide to do, they can do whatever. Now, I don't know. Now, I don't know. I don't know entire... So, at least the way I look at it. So, the losing team, sure, they get to pick the map. But not having first ban as the losing team can kind of be... That can be tough, because it's like... Okay. Because I know, I don't know. Because, like, okay, we get the map, but then it's like, oh, we ban your favorite character on this map because we get first. As we won. And it's like, oh, great. That's not great. But I don't know. I'm not the one who made it. But I can give my suggestion, and my suggestion is give the losing team first ban. But it looks like they will ban the Malga. And so it's BAP and Malga out for this map. Ronan, can we do anything about that? Can we give the losing team first ban? I don't know. Obviously, it's your tournament. Up to you. But that's just my suggestion. I know. Shinigami's Hokage. And I have him on my friends list. That's all. Anyway. As we get into map 3, we're here on Saravasa, on Flashpoint Alpha. Is he going to be trolling here with the Mercy pick? Or something. Or maybe they're just trying to troll in here. But yes, if you'd like access, whoever ends up casting matches, I can give you the URL, the link to the scoreboard. Though you can change the score, I get to change the colors and everything. But as we get in here, it looks like we're gonna be 2 different style brawl compositions here to start out. As we're just gonna fly around the map here and just kind of get to where we kind of need to go. So 2 different brawl compositions. Team 4 going with a Ram Mei with a Lucio Kiri style brawl composition with an Orisa based Juno Brig backline. Instead of the Mei, we got a Cass. Both teams have tracers, and we're gonna be over here. As the game starts out, we've got Team 4 wanting to take center with North Pole walking alongside lane 2 center. As they want to push up aggressively here, take some space, Harkeys throw down the forecast, ends up pushing them all into a corner, and Star ends up catching Yodan out, and they're going to have to be forced to back up here. We're going to get away from the thing, because that is horrible casting. As it looks like North Pole is going to end up backing out here. They're be forced to back out. Shinigami is going to be here on the off angle, looking for a potential pick, as Kiko ends up picking out Laxta. But it looks like that... Please get onto the person I want to cast. Thank you. Anyway, Shinny holds here on the off angle. Kizo remains really low, having to try to punch his way out, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to do much. N-Star, though, takes out Shinigami with him. 22% and counting here. For the point, as it looks like North Pole will end up taking this point at a 37% here for Team 4, and it looks like Karki's going to make the swap over to the Orisa and going to just play the mirror with N-Star going to the cast, and so it looks like it's just going to be a different style flex DPS with different backlines, and we're going to see which backline is going to end up winning out the day. So, they push through center and small room. Blackstock gets the pick with an icicle headshot onto Shinigami. But it looks like North Pole's going to bundle in a point, and Terra Surge pop here in the corner, but Kiko looks like they wanted to commit ults there, and it looks like they decide to. Kiko, though, gets finished off by Karkis, and Karkis ends up getting a double kill. Storm Chaser, though, trades out N-Star in return. It's going to be a brawly fight for the point. 67% for North Pole, as the point will get flipped back into Team 4's favor, and looks like they'll just have to back out as Arctic runs for their life at super low health, but Karkis ended up finishing out the kill. Gonna be staggered out a little bit, so they're just gonna wait and regroup. 2 alts in Rally and Pulse Bomb here for North Pole with Noon, Freeze, and Kitsune, and a close Terra Surge for Team 4. This is looking like a very favorable ult trade for Team 4. They're going to push in. Kiko's going to hold the small room. Pulse Bomb ends up catching Surge out. And that's going to be their Kitsune Rush gone. And that actually might be another point cap here. Laxta's going to commit the Blizzard and ends up taking out Yodan. But not much else, as it looks like Karkis is just going to end up getting staggered out here by the rest of Arctic. And that looks like it will be first point cap here for North Pole, as it looks like they've just kind of found the composition they want to be running here. As I can't find my mouse.
We must reach our next objective.
As looks like we're going to Palace here. As both teams looks like they're wanting to take this upper high ground here. See if we can control it first. Terra Surge committed. Forces out to fortify. Forcing Terra Surge that catches 3! And a 4-piece! Fly Arctic! Kiko catches out Laxta, but that is a 4-piece for Arctic, and that's going to be the first cap point for North Pole. Surge still holding on to this Kitsune Rush, but a close beat, another beat here, close by Alpha. Noon is still held by N-Star. And it looks like we're just going to get a straight mirror of the tank and the DPS with 2 different support lines as Laxta goes over. Actually, no. Karki's going over the Junker Queen. As Juno Brig tends to be vulnerable to antis. Possibly good swap here for as Laxta gets sped here. Watch the point. Miss here. Yodan's gonna commit the rally. And 2 trades here. Both teams still down 1 player. As they're gonna be just looking for anything. Yodan kind of walking around like he's a lost puppy. Shinny wins the better of the Tracer duel this round. And 6 car keys here. Oh, but a huge pick to start. But they do get the flip, but North Pole does get the flip right back, and they're going to just hold strong on this point. Arctic does pick out Alpha, and it's going to have to force Team 4 to retreat. Orbital Ray is going to be popped by following Kitsune Rush, so which strong ult is going to win? Going to rush in here. Hiko, double kill here on the Noon. And it looks like it's a very scrappy fight for the point. As Arctic might be the only one left. It looks like they will be. And it looks like that's going to end up being a cap here for Team 4. As 99% here on the second point here. Both DPS ults and Lucio beat following up here for Team 4. And a very empty ult bank here for North Pole. They're going to be at a major disadvantage when they have to walk into this. As it looks like Team 4 is gonna want to be walking into this aggressively. Looking to probably take an early fight. Noon and Pulse ready here for... But it looks like Arctic's gonna walk in. Speed ring committed. Are they going to commit? But no, it looks like to the side. No, looks like they want to take around the high ground. Storm Chaser goes kind of left by themselves. And a Pulse Bomb left on the ground takes out Storm Chaser, and looks like that's going to be second point here for Team 4 as they end up getting the better ult cycle. But Hiko does take out his opponent Cass as he ends up dying. Seems like it's going to be a very close Saravasa. We shall see. We'll be moving here to looks like Ruins. Start this next point. As North Pole is going to cut off here. Team 4 as they're going to be moving in. They're going to be playing the low ground as looks like Team 4 is going to be playing the center. Hiko gets very low. Still going to try to pressure out. Laxta though gets the better in the Tracer duel. Ready. Looks like they're gonna commit with a speed ring. Try to wrap around. Try to push them in. Surge. Pops. Carnage. Rampage popped, and it looks like that'll be the winning ult of the fight. As the rest of North Pole is gonna have to just reset with 5 ultimates in store. Let's see how they use them, because we've got a following Noon with a close Kitsune Rush. Storm Chaser gets picked early, so it looks like they're going to be down a score with just break healing, so... And just looks like they're going to get staggered even more, so it looks like they're just going to have to wait. Team 4 is going to use this opportunity to push aggressively forward, hold the choke. As Karki's looks just a nice base. Still, it's going to be a massive ult fight here on the board. Who's gonna... Overall Ray decided, but a response made him return. Terra Surge. In response, Ends up getting 2 with the help of Pulsar Torpedoes. And that's going to be 70% here and counting. As it looks like North Pole will take the point with only 2 ults. Beat, though, has been committed, but both teams here with about 3 ults. Karki's not quite here on this rampage. Surge gets really low at a one-shot, but it looks like they're able to back away and just receive some healing. It looks like they're gonna just... Looks like North Pole's just gonna want to deny this midsection of the map. Watch for the rotation. Star gets really low, poked out. Karki decides to rush in. Oh, but a Ralph! He gets killed immediately by the Pulse Bomb. Pico, though, decides to commit the Deadeye. Takes out the Lucio, but dies in return as Karki's gets a double. And we'll get a triple here, as they're looking... But the fact that they're taking this point late means that it looks like likely North Pole will have a recontest. Though, they are lacking ultimates other than the Terra Surge. Tourney Rush pop, looking like they're trying to take the aggression. Oh, denied ult. Can they take the touch? Can they make the touch? They will not make the touch! As that'll be third point here from Team 4, as they're just... As North Pole tends to just want to clean up here and take the next point. What's the next point going to be? It looks like we're going to Gardens. What is Shinny doing over here? Looks like they're just kind of wanting to get a little aggressive. Maxta gets picked out by Kiko. And looks like it'll be a 5v4 for North Pole as they enter this next fight. Pulse Bomb here close for Shinigami. It looks like it's going to be Shinny just wanting to take the point. Yodan gets picked out by Karkis. And as Terra Surge decides to get popped, as they're down supports and they decide to get aggressive. Will it work out? Doesn't look like it. As it looks like Team 4 is going to end up taking this point. Let's take a look at the stats after that one fight win. It looks a very even contest so far. Most people, the lowest person's at 6 deaths, and that's Arctic at 17k damage. Actually, no, Karki's at 5 deaths, that's 13k damage. But even then, it's still looking great. Still looking like this has been a very close match so far. N-Star picks out Shinny, who had Pulse Bomb in hand, and looks like he's going to want to commit the Deadeye. Possibly denies space, gets Arctic really low on the Orisa. Karkis wants to hold more space. Victor's going to be jumping around here. Was originally deciding to hit for their backline. Arctic wanting to try to push up and gain back the space that they've lost. Pico's going to commit the Deadeye. But it looks like they will die. Both major support ults pop. Karki's gonna get a double. Make that a triple. As it looks like it will be a map win here for Team 4. But it looks like Shinny's doing his best to try to see if they can possibly just keep this overtime going, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to. At the end of the stats here, as it will be a 3-1 on Suravasa for Team 4. So Arctic here with a nasty play. I would have thought it would have been their Terra Surge from earlier. On that second point, honestly. Not that one. So what do we feel about that? What do we feel about that map? And it looks like next map is gonna be hybrid. Next map type gonna be hybrid. Any thoughts? Any feelings? As we just have 2 audience members. We'll make it work. This is my first time doing this, so you know what? I'll take the 2. So, looks like we'll just be waiting on the deciding stuff of the map. But yes. Yeah, no. There definitely looked to be some shakiness from Team 4. There was some signs of life from North Pole. They don't look like they're going to be a weak team by any means, but we'll kind of see of how that kind of shakes out with the rest of the field. As it looks like we get our final matches here in for as Team 10 will play Shake That. As by the way, for our upcoming matches, we've got upcoming matches as it looks like they have decided the final and 4th one. Team 10 will play Shake That on Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern, and it looks like, oh no, wait, looks like the final map has been taken out, but still, tune in on Friday, as it'll either be Steve or myself casting this, or maybe we'll double it, who knows, and I'll give him my scoreboard that I get to change. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about my scoreboard, it's just, I like my scoreboard on my YouTube, that I can actually, like, put it and we can see it, and we can see the map score, and I'm just happy about it. If it's too small or anything, I don't know. Yeah, no. Arctic was locked in on that Orisa. That Orisa was carrying hardcore. And it looks like North Pole will be making a swap here. Sid, aka Red Scare Riot, or RSR, is going to be subbing in here for Yodan, and I don't know what their bands here, like, first Diva said by C, but Karki says horse band instead. And you know what? That could be something. I wonder how democratic that is. I mean, how much you want to bet the Brit was just like, okay, it's this one. So what? I'm now curious of which one they're actually deciding here to be with. And hello to BBI, who just joined the audience. As we have Nightmare post Violet's absolute Ajax against Toronto Defiant in EWC. Decides to beat out in the middle of an open window. You know, we love to see that. Okay, so it will be the horse. Okay. It will be the horse ban. So, we've got a Lucio ban and a horse ban. Do you think his magnum opus? Yes. His absolute magnum opus. And Violet's now just farming aura on EU. And is going to be an OWCS EMEA. So we get to watch... But let's be honest, I think Violet gets too much hate. I'm not gonna lie to you. Violet is still probably one of the best support players of all time in this game, so... As it looks like we're still kind of waiting on teams to get ready. By the way, for anybody watching on my YouTube stream, how's the scoreboard look? Is it too small? Do I gotta place it somewhere else? What do people think? What do people think? Okay, looks like teams are ready. Ready. Extra steady. Emma, did you put it's perfect in the Discord chat for the scoreboard? I'm just making sure. And what are we out here on defense for Team 4 here? Sombra Bastion? Okay, they can't be what they're actually running because it was waiting for players. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nightmare. I appreciate it. Though I unfortunately wish I was not blocking the clock and I could kind of extend the boards out a little bit and kind of cover over both teams. Unfortunately, that is not an option. I'm going to have to look how to do it even more, but it's okay. As we're going to go on a Diva Dive composition that they played on Gibraltar here for Team 4 as... Okay, interesting decision here from North Pole as RSR is going to be playing out here on the Mercy. How do we feel? How are we feeling? As I got a message from Shinigami saying Sparrow skin for the win. But we love... it's a pretty good skin. But, anyway. As they will be committing to the Mercy. It looks like they're going to want to play the Soj Pocket. But it looks like we'll get to have the first Genji matchup here. As it looks like both teams... Looks like Karkis and N-Star are going to be denying here on the right side high ground for the attackers. As Shinny and the rest of North Pole decide to walk up and decide to deny the high ground space. And it looks like it's just going to be a battle here for the high ground. Arctic forced to pop to form and just live. Kiko loses in their Soj duel. And he popped out by Surge. And it looks like it's going to have to just have North Pole here sit in this small corridor. I don't know how I feel about the Mercy pick in this situation. It's just not providing the value that I think people would like it to. A Juno or something like a Brig or even an Ana or even an Alari, I think, in this situation would provide a bit more value as they decide to walk up again, but Shinny ends up getting taken out by Laxta. Lax just getting these picks here on this King's Row map as they're just sitting here in the back, right over here, with an interesting crosshair. Can we just point out the crosshair here? Can we just point out the crosshair? The decision? Lovely crosshair decision. Where are we trolling here on other crosshairs? N-Star with just kind of the yellow one. As they're trying to finish out Kiko, but RSR is keeping them up with the pocket. as we have Alpha running kind of a similar crosshair to me, just slightly larger. Surge can't see it, because unfortunately he died. Arky's also running the green crosshair. I like it, I'm just going to crosshairs right now. Dot, red dot, black, red crosshair, and now I think the weirdest crosshair, I think, absolutely goes to Laxta. Can we all agree? Can we all agree this goes to Laxta here for the weirdest crosshair? Okay, so to explain the crosshair, that I can see a bunch of different crosshairs, I have it turned on so I can see global crosshairs, so I can see everybody's decision on a crosshair. Is why I'm just pointing out crosshairs at this point. So, as we have 4 ults ready here for North Pole, with 5 ults here ready for Team 4, it's going to be a massive ult fight, as Blade here is caught by Shinigami as he goes in the back line, gets stunned by the Brig with a rally, and ends up getting whip-shotted. Ends up getting taken out here. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of push, as Windows also committed, but unfortunately they're going to get no more card push as they round the S turn. Unstar will take out Kiko. And it looks like that's going to have to force the rest of North Pole to back up, but unfortunately it looks like they're going to get picked on the way out as they retreat. Team 4 is just going to end up walking forward here. I will look likely at Discord messages after this is over, so I don't have to constantly pass in and out. Rich, you can still see, but I don't want to have to deal with it. Karkis finishes out RSR, and now sitting kind of pretty in the back line, as they're just going to jump up and just deny more space again. Excuse me, I sneezed. Anyway, Karkis ends up popping the bomb, because the other guy... Storm Chaser takes out Surge, but gets traded by Instar. As it looks like North Pole's not sure whether they want to commit or back out, but Karkis does get DMAC. And Arctic decides to hit the gas on the Annihilation. And it looks like that will allow them here to round this final corner here on Kings Row. 2:15 left here to go on this attacking phase. Arctic is going to hold up high, leaving Victor very low, though Arctic does get slept for trying to chase, and so they're just going to back out. Them and Kiko are just going to be trying here to deny space, as Kiko ends up getting just chased by Karkis with the help of the missiles. Storm and RSR are going to be sitting here on this high ground. Lamb's forced, and forcing Storm Chaser to have to back out, but they're just going to get chased down by Karkis as the Genji duel goes, but Laxta ends up killing off the honorable Genji duel. How could he? Man, how could he? Anyway, as we continue, looks like North Pole is just going to back up. Minute and 30 left to go. Genji Blade, popped by N-Star. They're going to be running in here to the back line, though. Emo Field popped, not able to get another kill, but they do get Storm Chaser out after the Emo Field runs out, trying to kill Kiko, but just gets railed in the face. Kiko will get a pick and gets a headshot kick on the Surge. Decides to commit the overclock, but ends up just... I don't know what their thought process was. I think they got a little bloodthirsty there and ends up dying there. Okay, can we look at exhilarating Mercy gameplay? Oh my god, it's the res! It's so exhilarating! What are we looking at? And now, Diva Bomb takes them out, as Alpha commits the rally. And it's going to end up finishing out Kiko as well with a melee. 3 ults ready for North Pole, as they're going to try to contest this with 30 seconds left to go. 102 meters. Very close to this final end of checkpoint. Can they make it? Shitty is going to try to see if they can deny the Diva space. And it looks like Karki's not able to make it back in the window. Kiko gets a blow on the Surge, but ends up getting traded out. Shitty with the blade. As the Annihilations pop, they're going to walk forward. Going to look to grenade some space here as Karkis gets DMAC'd. Decides to finish out the baby Diva because they were that much of an aura threat. They're going to just be here on the cart. Ready. Hopefully able to get it. Window and Blade ready for North Pole. As As looks like Alpha's been kind of spy checked. Marquis though returns, possibly looking to contest the card, as they will. Looking to see who can they pick out, and they will pick out Storm Safety. But a res here. But Chico gets finished out. Are we going to see the blade? Yes, we are. We're going to see the hero blade as Laxa gets finished off by Shinny, and he's going to run into the back line. Get another pick. And it looks like that might be enough here to hit this third point. Oh, but not enough cover. But still, Karkis does get finished off. And that will be third point with 1:30, as this is a competitive rule set. Instead of 2 minutes on quick play. Alpha's gonna make the swap over to Kiriko. Kiriko Ana, very popular for dive compositions, as they both like to take different angles. Both of them won't likely support each other, but it does make them, as an aggressive backline, it does make them susceptible to dive. So Shinigami is likely going to be looking for this as the Genji. Disruptor, denying space, getting a little bit of damage, as Kiko is close to the overclock, but a blade here by N-Star, with the help possibly of a Nano. But N-Star gets finished out by a rail by Kiko. And they're just going to walk forward with the overclock and get two. Can they get a third? They will get the third! Are they looking? They're looking for another. As Karki's just going to end up holding up on the high ground, and it looks like they're just going to back out near the spawn. 30 seconds to go. Nano Blade looking like it's going to be ready, and so it looks like North Pole is going to be wanting to play aggressive here, as Arctic does take out Victor. And Ensor will get picked out, and so Nano's going to have to go to the Baby Diva, and it looks like that won't matter. And it looks like, can they finish with time? That's the big thing. Can they finish with some seconds on the clock? And they will. They will finish with some time on the clock, and so if overtime is forced, they will get a minute on the clock, plus the extra, like, 2.5 seconds to try to take and gain some progress. So while we wait for this next round to start, can hopefully... We're just going to float around the map, back to first point. What an insane push and pull from both teams. At first it didn't look like North Pole was going to be able to get it, but they end up winning out in the ult rotation, and then getting crucial picks right near third point to finish out the map with a little bit of time left on the clock. As what we look at both teams deciding to play, and it looks like Shinny's going to start out with the Widow, but I'm assuming go back to the Genji's. Karki's going to go over to Doomfist, as Laxta also goes over to Widowmaker. So what are we looking at? Fortunately, I was not able to get the Nano Blade. My bad on the blade. I will be better at that. Anyway. Surge not ready, but ends up being ready. So, looks like both people are going to commit to the Widow, and Shitty gets a first pick. First pick with the Widow, and it's going to be sitting here on this low ground here. Looks like they were getting the cheeky angle onto the high ground place. I'm going to have to look at the replay codes afterwards. But N-Star's just going to be like, nah, you ain't Widowing left in here. So, they're going to be taken out, as looks like Team 4 is going to be taking Hotel side, and Alpha's going to go over to the Zed. Again, another damage-focused backline. Window force, as Surge ends up, as looks like the rest of North Pole are taken out here on the high ground, and they will take it, looks like they will take it a lot faster than what North Pole was able to. Shinny, though, returns on the Genji. Mercy with the pocket. RSR getting a little low there. Shall we see more exhilarating Mercy gameplay? Never mind, they're dead, because Kirky's just decided to get a double punch. Gonna be holding this side alleyway. looking to aggress. Storm Chaser picks out lag stuff. So the hit scan support takes out the hit scan DPS. Diva crosshair, purple circle. Another. Any more weird crosshairs? Nothing. 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 Nah. But I will still say, ew. Ew on this crosshair. Anyway. Shinny's in the back line, but ends up getting just peeled by the rest of Team 4. And they'll be rounding this S-turn onto final corner with 4.5 minutes to go. They are just running through this, and Shinny decides to commit the Bastion. Hiko, though, with a key pick on the Laxa, means they'll be down the Scourge and their main source of damage. Like, looking to possibly get a pick here. Not able to. Blade decides to be committed. And Star gets a dash kill. Onto Storm. But unfortunately, not much else. Arctic commits the bomb. But catches out the Polka Bomb. Ends up catching out Alpha.
Meteor strike.
Meteor Strike. Trying to see what they can get. And they will catch 2. And it looks like that will be... Looks like that will be second point here for Team 4. Jesus Christ. My brain is just not braining. Why are we not braining, bro? Are we not braining at this point? Anyway, continuing forward. Looks like Team 4 is going to be wanting to minute this high ground space. 5 minutes on the clock. Arctic heads over to the Ram, wanting to get away from the Diva. As Shinny's just going to be sitting here with exhilarating bashing gameplay at the back. Arctic getting up. Transcendent. Force. Nano. Possible Nano Warp Block, so a window is popped. Nano's taken out. Kiko, though. Another overclock hit. And picks up a double alongside Arctic. As it looks like Laxta is just going to have to run away for their life. North Pole is able to stop the momentum for now. 4:15 to go. Bastion jump as Storm Chaser and Shinny both hold the high ground, wanting to deny the space. Though, a disruptor. But it doesn't matter. Kiko is just him. He's just him against Laxta when it's on the Sword battle. Nano and Overclock still available for Team 4 as Tarkis misses the crucial punch, having to back away, but ends up getting a lot of punch charge, but just decides to back away and just reset. And Star running in, catches out RSR, and now looking to follow out against Kiko, but ends up Shinny on the... ends up picking him out. Chaser really low, and ends up getting the pick. Can they finish it off? But Laxta takes out Shinny. 3 minutes, 3:15 to go. Can they get the reset? Got 5 ults ready here. Artillery. Probably trying to just deny the point a little bit more. Possibly just hoping for a more bit of space, but 3 meters. Annihilation popped, but Transcendence popped in return. At the Blade, Nano Blade to end the point. Victor gets 2 with the help of an overclock. As with 3:41 in their time bank, Team 4 it just rolled through Kings, though not without a few growing pains on that 3rd point. Though we will be heading into overtime because North Pole did finish with a bit of time. With a few seconds on the clock, they will be allowed to hit overtime. On the overtime round, won't be forced to play just straight defense. They are still able to play for the win. 1 minute. What can we see from them?
Ready for battle.
I agree. They have to get off Mercy. The Mercy right now is just, I think, what's cocking them the most. But it looks like Shinny is going to be wanting to play the Diva, or the Widow again, or take on Diva. Kiko decides to be the Genji player this time. Well, okay, what opening pick? Can we see an opening pick here? It looks like they're watching that tiny little room. And nothing. And it looks like they'll just move forward as Kiko runs in, but Arkeys is ready when waiting. Looks like Kiko will get away, as it looks like they will commit to hotel side. It looks like Alpha will be on the Alari. Not quite as much pressure as Zed, but Shinny gets a pick on the Laxta. That means they're up in the 5v4 with their main damage source out of the way. N-Star is also very low. And Nano gets deflected back, and it looks like they will be able to take this first point, at least for a bit of it. Though Kiko gets a little too aggressive, and it looks like they may have a chance. And now, percentage is committed. 5 seconds. 2 people on point. Arkeys decides to commit. It doesn't look like the type to commit to point quite yet. With the threat of a Widow. I'm gonna move my thing, so I have to itch my leg. And it looks like Kiko and RSR are just gonna be committing to point. They gotta be careful not to get off this point, as N-Star does get the dash kill through Shinny. His punch. Laxta is him on this gross crosshair. And it looks like that will be the end of the offense. 85% here. So Arctic does get to last a little longer, and Shinny comes back on the Tracer. But unfortunately, it looks like that will be it. 88.6% on that first point. Considering they had a minute to do it. Not bad. But what can we see from... What can we see here? How many does this Mercy have? Let's check, shall we? Let's check in overtime. Let's see. Only 8. Actually, surprisingly, they haven't died the most in the lobby. They've only died 8 times, comparatively to Kiko at 13. You've got Shinny here at 14, and Storm Chaser at 12. And you've also got Laxta here at 11. Though, we just see Karki's 18,000 damage, though Arctic's also 25-4 at 19,000 damage. Tanks are just throwing hands right now, though Kiko and Laxta are also just absolutely throwing it in. Like, all the DPS and tanks are all above 10k damage, and they're all doing great. So, looks like they'll be going back to the Ana Zen, back to what they offended with on third point. And it looks like... Oh my god, no way we see it. Okay, so Bastion Sim with a Ramatra, and we get the Beaver backline, aka Bap Weaver. Oh my god, I didn't think we'd see it. We get to see the Beaver backline. Let's see this. Okay, Enthor, though, decides to commit to the Widow, possibly for an opening pick.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
It looks like, remember, in overtime, all perks get to be available, though Alpha does end up, and unfortunately, it looks like very quick offense. Unfortunately, unable to do much after that. Fortunate thing, Beaver backline just can't be aggressive, and so with about 3 minutes on the clock, it looks like Team 4 will cap this out and have a 4 points in the bank for when their next match starts. As we go up another one.
Play of the game.
Though, Kiko just happens to be that guy on this map. With at least a normal Soj crosshair, I am still, can we just agree that Max's crosshair is absolutely disgusting?
Cleaning house.
Nasty triple kill as our play of the game. So, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Are we saying Team 4 so far looks like the strongest team, or is it North Pole somewhat mediocre, or are we thinking that North Pole is stronger than what they're putting on? It's just that they're up against a very strong opponent in Team 4. What are we thinking about this? Shake that strongest team. So one more map to go, and it's push. Yeah, I don't think North Pole is a bad team. They've got some really strong players, and they've shown some bright spots. Like, their tank and DPS line is, I think, really good. But, and even Storm Chaser's done really well in support, but I think their issue is at main support. I really think their main support might be I think the issue with North Pole is at their main support position. Because I feel like, because RSR has been playing Mercy the entire King's Row and then decided to play Weaver. Not great main supports. I think they should probably think about bringing back in Yodam. That's at least my opinion. But even then, Karki's aka 4J is really good, so. And it looks like they will be going to Runasapi for this map, as we got to see. Looks like most maps generally similar. Everybody's kind of wanting to play the same thing. As we saw Suravasa, we saw Li Zhang. What did we see on? We saw Suravasa, we saw Li Zhang, we saw King's Row. What did we see? I might blame. Other than, what was it? I gotta remember, what was... Can somebody in chat remind me what the first match's escort map was? I can't remember what we played. Oh, right, it was Rialto. My bad. The only map difference was Rialto on the escort. Other than that, it looks like Yodan will be coming back in. Now, what are we thinking, people? Do we count North Pole? From SNH Sad Boy in my YouTube chat. If North Pole attacked the backline more, they would have had it. Yeah, maybe. Now, what do we think? How are we feeling about North Pole, though, as a team? Like, who are we, So it looks like Soj ban. They just didn't like Hiko. They just saw him as him. And so they'll be doing the Soj ban. But what do we think of North Pole? I think they're a decently strong team, considering of what they've played so far. Considering, like, they've made maps close. Like, I don't think it's been an absolute complete blowout if it ends up in a 5-0. Yeah. Even then, I don't think Arctic has done bad on stuff like the Ramp or something. And even the Diva's not been horrible, but I just think I think this was their first little day. Even before the match today, they were playing a little bit today, but they weren't playing much, so they probably just started playing together, so. J gets tilted versus Horse. Yeah, I know. I mean, Orisa can be quite an annoying tank to run into because she's just a wall, and all her cooldowns she's a wall. She just plays like a wall. That's pretty much what you want to play her as. So it looks like also looks like North Pole will be playing out the Zen ban. They don't want Alpha playing that Zen. Anyway. Yeah, I have a feeling Horse is definitely making a comeback. And so, who knows, maybe we'll see... Will we see the two distinct backlines that are usually common in pro play? Or will we get... As we do see the Orisa coming back. But potentially, I guess we'll see. They're still deciding. They're still waiting on players for everybody to decide, so...
Initiating
Or start the map, so here we go. Runasapi. Final map. I'm surprised nobody's decided to pick up Freya, though, because Freya is pretty good, but I think people just feel a lot more comfortable on Soj. That's just my opinion. Soj and Cass just, I think, are a little more comfort picks than Freya, because Freya can be vulnerable if you have a good tank, like a Diva, to chase her, and or good DPS to pick her out of the sky, but that's just me.
ready for battle.
So it looks like we'll be running a dive composition, a ball dive composition here for Team 4, as it looks like it's a brawl composition here for North Pole on the Orisa. Kiko is on the Tracer, and Shinigami is going to be on the cast this time, instead of the opposite way around.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Here we go. Final map. So, Lucio Bap versus Lucio Kiri. Tracer Genji versus Tracer Cass. Orisa versus Ball. Karki's looking for an early opening aggressive pick, forces Kiko to have to recall. N-Star catches out Yodam. And it looks like that's going to have to force them back up, as N-Star does get the double kill with Karki's finishing up. Though Shinny does take out Karki on the way out. Arctic kind of left staggered by themselves, as they'll just be pushing the bot forward. Anyway, so regroup here. They'll be rounding this first corner here. Looks like Karki's and N-Star are going to be winning around, looking to pick off. Shinny's kind of left isolated by himself. Yeah, I'll come down here in a second. Sorry, Dad. Forgive me, my dad's walking in my room. So, first checkpoint. As it looks like it's just kind of rolling through. Have we seen North Pole lose steam? Have they begun to cool off a little bit? Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're still willing to fight it out. But they're going to have to hold this high ground, as they're going to push forward as Karkis gets a big slam. Generative burst pop and a pulse bomb. Ends up going wide, but the Storm Chaser pops the EMO field just to be safe. Shinny loses the duel, but Kiko ends up trading Surge in return. But Karkis off to the side gets a melee kill. Yodam's kind of chilling above as Kiko catches out Alpha, as both Tracers tend to finish off the Lucio. But Arctic still trying to make stuff happen. But they are very low. But Storm Chaser does return. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go. They're just going to walk into the mines and just kind of take the damage. Just try to clear a path. Misses him here. Good stand by Cart. But Kiko's going to try to rob the bot a little bit. Try to at least give their give their team time to regroup. But it looks like they're just going to decide to back out. Running back out. Terra Surge in hand. All 5 ults. Kiko with the pulse. Catches Laxta. And now they're going to be battling out. How bad of a crosshair does Laxta have on Genji? That's my curious thought. Huh? Anybody else? Anybody else thought? What's how bad of a crosshair is it? Let's see. Yeah, not horrible, but I wouldn't say that's great. As Arceus gets really low. finished off by Shinny. That galactic cast on. Shining. In his American skin, even though he's Canadian.
Drat! They took it from us!
Kiko trying to win out the duel against Alpha. Recall, force, and they both kind of decide to lick their wounds. As it looks like, with 6 minutes to go in the game, it looks like North Pole will end up managing just to begin pushing.
Got to stop them!
As Karkis just decides to kind of chill here. Looking for a chance. Gets hindered though. No chance for a slam. Both beat pops. Unfortunately, unable to do too much. And Laxa's just pinned in the corner and killed by Yodam. Both beats popped by Lucio. As N-Star catches out the cast who just ulted. Luckily, no other Ajaxes have happened. I'm the only one so far, god damn it. Can somebody Ajax? Don't let me be the only one. Karkis with the slam. Alpha with a finishing boop. Yodam. Lucio's looking to make plays. But both Lucios get kills and die. Three ults ready here. 14-4, 3 for North Pole. To walk back out, they had about 20 meters. Gonna have to guard this again. Possibly try to gain some ground again. Excuse me. Slam plus Marn gets a double kill for Karkis. Actually make that a triple with also the ball spin. Kiko's, I think, might have lagged out. Did anybody see that? I saw them just walk straight into the wall. Anyway. Window. No, it looks like the North Pole is losing its ice. They're beginning to cool off. And it looks like this might be the final stretch. It looks like Team 4 will be able to full sweep. But Yodam decides not to go quietly into the night, taking out Surge as Storm Chaser takes out Victor. The supports decide they're just done with this shit and they want to do stuff. Kiko decides to make a swap over to Reaper. Deciding Tracer's just not quite what they want to do. Here are the stats. Looks like it's kind of been a bit of more domination by Team 4. And close on this beat. So, Arcades with a big slam. Surge with the help to finish out Storm Chaser. Noon decides to make some space. Ends up missing. Almost had N-Star. Goes finished out by the Lucio. Looks like they're just gonna want to back out. Mines popped again. Unfortunately, Shinny ends up dying to the mines. So now decides to go Soldier. Not sure quite what they want to be running here. After the Soj ban, I don't know what they want to play. Kiko though, rock kill. Looks like 2 minutes to go. North Pole is still gonna want to make this still try to see if they can make this competitive. No blade value. A big standoff by Shinigami, though. He decides to blink first and run away as Karkis just kind of sits on this back end. Looks like they're just going to decide. Possibly with N-Star, possibly get a pick as Shinny's in trouble. And get caught. Pulse missed? Did an ammo field go out? I didn't see it. The ammo field? I swear, that pulse was close enough, but I guess not. But it still doesn't matter any which way, because 3 players on the side of North Pole are dead. Oh, but an Ajax by Alpha! I'm not the only one who Ajaxed! Good shots by Shinny to take out car keys as 1 minute left to go. Trying to get the bot back to mid. Hazard here. Deciding here for car keys. Deciding to finish off with a hazard comp. Hazard, brawl and die potential. Hazard, half out. Victor wins the Lucio duel. And 30 seconds to go. They could honestly leave the bot here. But it looks like they're just going to keep pushing it forward, make sure it's like as far away from their side of the map as possible. And of course, we get the Runa Sapi Ajax twice. Can we just say, Runa Sapi is the map of Ajaxes, so any of more of my Lucio players watching who tend to play, don't let Runa Sapi be picked. Apparently this is Ajax. This is Ajax City. Cine Rush committed, but and Surge is going to be playing this off angle. One get picked, but Storm Chaser is going to be watching it. Trying to deny space, but 3 people. Oh, but unfortunately he's unable to do anything about it. Forgive me for hitting my F keys. I'm still trying to figure this shit out, even after a few games of casting. Still kind of figuring this out.
Do not abandon the robot. We must prevail.
Overtime. Go. North Pole has the ultimate advantage as a Dune is popped to just zone out. Try to gain some more bot push. Oh, but a huge pick. Pulse bomb out of the fight. Black stuff is really low. As a Terror Surge decides to get committed. As they want to deny more space, as it looks like they will take the checkpoint and push it forward. Karkis though picks out Kiko. Advisor. Now, is there enough time left? It doesn't look like it, as the cookies are crumbling, and a downpour is popped, and it looks like this will be the end of North Pole's push at 70 meters, and that will be a 5-0 for Team 4, as they will get the series win. Now, in my opinion, it's really hard to decide who kind of gets play of the game here, because honestly, both tanks and DPS lines on both teams did really well. And so I'm not quite sure who I want to grab for player of the match. What are we thinking? I'm thinking car keys for Team 4 in the end, but I honestly think kind of Kiko on North Pole. How are we thinking about those picks? How are we thinking? J and Arctic. The people want search. But can we get both are we able to get both captains in here? I think it's, or even potentially people. Because Arc is, no, not Arc. Who is, it's Freeze, right, it's Freeze. unfortunately, Freeze was not able to play today.
Hello.
Hi, Steve. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Did you guys like watching our team be in 4J We Trust?
In 4J we trust. Okay. Anyway, but yeah. Sure, it was a 5-0, but I definitely thought that was a lot closer than in some maps. Then you guys definitely are a strong team. I definitely would say that, but
We did a little bit of trolling at the end of Runasapi.
yeah. Alpha, I did see you, Ajax. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. I did see you, Ajax.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Wait. Do we have anybody? Hang on. Let's get.
There's the captain. There's the captain.
Yes. Can we get 4J in here for a post-match interview?
Sure. Also, I liked it how apparently I was talking in here, yet also talking in the team chat. In the team call. I don't know how.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, 4J has no mic right now.
No mic right now.
Because he's, yeah.
Just trying to figure. Zero comms sweep, new meta. Okay. Let's get the other player that's in this audience right now in Alpha then. Cause he's the only one. He's the only other one. Let's get him in here.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
So, as a fellow main support and fellow Lucio, Runasapi just seems to be the Ajax map. I feel like Lucio's got to avoid that map.
Nah. You know, we just trolling a little bit.
We just trolling a little bit. I know. We just trolling a little bit. You know, we make it interesting. We give them hope when we Ajax. I don't know. But so how did the game feel with your team? Like, how much practice did you guys have, and how confident did you guys?
Kind of zero. Kind of zero. Just, I mean, like 40 minutes before game, you know. But instead of that, no practice. We just went in, win this with our carry 4J.
Yeah, the whole thing.
4J we trust.
Is that your whole team motto now? In 4J we trust now.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
In 4J we trust. Yeah. Personally, I didn't play that much good.
Yeah, we'll
Except on Jib. Except on Jib. But on Jib I did pretty good, I feel.
Yeah.
I just assassinated Diana.
Yeah. But even then, that now I just want to say, like, it seems like both front lines in terms of tank and DPS were doing quite well. In my opinion, though, I feel like 4J is your guys' player of the match on your team, but for North Pole, I think it's a little tougher. It's either I'm thinking Kiko or Arctic. But my vote.
Honestly, I think it's Arctic. Arctic was the only one, like, I feel was doing something, like, making it a little bit more hard than it was. Like, Ursa was good. He has a good aim on Ursa.
Capitan is speaking.
Keiko
MVP. Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keiko was keeping a slight lid on our dear old Capitan there.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
Sorry, 4J.
and even
oh yeah, the soldier in Keiko was good. True.
But yes, can I also ask about Lexta's crosshair? Can I ask about that? What kind of gross ass crosshair is he running on Soj, man?
I don't know.
Yes. It's the answer to that. Just yes.
Because I have global crosshairs on, so I can see everybody's crosshairs. But yes. Other than that, do you guys feel confident going into your next match, whoever you play?
Yep, we win.
I think our plan will just be have 4J and we trust.
Is that going to be your whole team's motto in 4J we trust? Is that going to be the motto?
Yes. Yes.
It's 4J we trust.
In 4J we trust, I guess. But yeah, 4J MVP on Team 4. But I'm thinking, for me as the lone caster, I'm giving my vote for Kiko MVP on North Pole.
Oh, our dear Capathan is typing again.
4J, huh?
But yes, 4J, don't forget to post the results in the match chat. And
I have zero confidence as my body is. But machine powered
Red
by
Bull and
invincible.
Marlboro cigarettes. You know what? That's a mood. I call that a mood. But yeah. But that was fun. I definitely, though, for
There's reasons why we didn't swap any of our players though.
Yeah, I think you guys had good synergy on that. But are we so though? Who out of all the teams, whether they've played or not, which team are you looking like? Which team
Atlas
are
is-
you like?
Atlas is probably the most one that we're gonna have some issue with. But
Which ones do you?
outside of that,
It's Snacks. It's Snacks first, and then Atlas.
Those are the teams you guys are kind of looking like you're a little nervous to face those teams.
Yep, they probably gonna be the tougher.
yeah,
The tougher
Snack
matchup.
is an execution. Yeah, as Jay said.
But yes, but at
It's gonna be one of those. Sorry, go on.
No, it's all good. But yeah, I'm excited for these matches coming up. Like so far, even with it being a 5-0, I thought that was some pretty decent Overwatch to watch. Like North Pole had their chances, but unfortunately, it just couldn't pan out. And before that, we had the 3-2 banger that was Lagooners and 2 PC V4 console. I'm very much excited as we have on Friday coming up. We have. Let me just head to, match schedule. We have Team 10 against Shake That on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then...
Which will be streamed over on Twitch on Malicious.
But yes.
What?
And on this Wednesday, as it looks like, Maximum Effort will be playing Project Glance at 6 p.m. Eastern. So...
Which is also going to be streamed over on Malicious Twitch.
Yes, I'm sure. But also make sure it's on YouTube so I can look back on shit and possibly grab stuff from the vids. And now I'm gonna probably have to be very busy looking through the VODs and shit like that to have to pick through clips, and this is gonna suck balls. So I'm probably gonna end it there and eat food and go through clips. So,
Fair enough.
I'm gonna end it here. Thank you very much guys for the interview, and that's gonna be the end of my stream. Thank you. I hope for anybody watching, I hope the scoreboard was good. I'm sorry if it blocked the clock. Unfortunately, I don't get to expand it out wider, but I do like that having a scoreboard now, so we can actually don't have to have people ask, hey, what's the score? So, also, Steve, as my fellow caster, I can give you the scoreboard. I can give you the link for it if you use Streamlabs. It's just that you can't customize it. You'll have to ask me to customize it, and yeah. But you can change the score.
Oh, okay.
You can change the score, luckily. So, So, other than that...
And I'm going close to stage.
Yes.
Thanks everyone for joining in. Those that have joined in, I believe myself and Ronan were saying that XP are going to go to you guys. I'll have to double check with Ronan. So, I'm guessing, Nick, you've been keeping an eye on who's actually been in here.
Roughly.
Many thanks.
But yes, thank you guys for watching the stream, and yeah, I'm going to end it here. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you everyone for joining in.